I'm Amanda Olson from IntimateRose.com, and I'm a physical therapist specializing in pelvic floor rehabilitation. And one of the questions that we commonly hear at IntimateRose.com is, am I supposed to be using my abdominal muscles while I do the Kegel? And if so, why? And the answer is yes, the abdominals are going to be utilized during the Kegel, but they're going to be used in a very specific way. When you look at the anatomy of the body, the pelvic floor muscles, which are everything that you see here in red, they contract in a coordinated pattern with both the breathing that we've talked about in other videos available on YouTube, and they also contract with the deepest layer of abdominals. So we actually have 4 different layers of abdominal muscles. The ones that we can see are the rectus abdominis that are right in the front. They come from the pubic bone up, and they are the six-pack muscles that everyone tends to spend a lot of time on at the gym. But those muscles only flex the trunk forward. They aren't helpful in stabilizing the core, really, and they don't help the pelvic floor. So deep to that, underneath that is the oblique muscles, and there's 2 of them. And they help stabilize the core a little bit, and they rotate the trunk, but they don't help the pelvic floor. The deepest layer of abdominals is the transverse abdominis, and they wrap around the trunk like this. So they start from the back and they wrap all the way around the spine and come forward into the front like this. Almost as if you were being saran wrapped around your trunk. So when you do your Kegel, you're exhaling, and you'll notice that there's a gentle tightening. If it's a hard tightening, if you're breathing out really hard or contracting really hard, what'll happen is those other layers of abdominals will turn on, and they'll act kind of like a bossy older sibling. They're trying to help, but they're overbearing. And when that happens, when they come on and they come on hard and strong, they inhibit the deeper muscles, and they make it so that you're not getting the most out of that exercise, both in terms of strengthening the pelvic floor itself and getting it to turn on without having the abdominal muscles pounce on it. We've talked about how if you inhale or you hold your breath during the Kegel, that it's like a salmon swimming upstream. The same thing happens if you contract your abdominal muscles too hard. So it's going to be a gentle contraction. And the best way to think about it is that saran wrapping notion. You don't want to necessarily pull your belly button in towards your spine. That's a really common cue that some fitness professionals use, and even some physical therapists. But what we've seen, if we were to ultrasound your body and view it on an image while you're doing that, is we would see that those abdominals would come in and make it very hard on the pelvic floor. So you just want to imagine that you're being saran wrapped very gently around the middle while you're doing the Kegel in order to use those abdominals to help with the contraction. For more educational videos, you can visit Intimate Rose on YouTube or intimaterose.com.